Let's talk Celtics, shall we?
Let's talk Celtics.
By 22 in Game 1, I remember that. Boston Celtics were overwhelmed in 4 straight. Giannis, 28 points over the 5 games in a game for their playoff lives last night. Kyrie Irving, who
Giannis
free agency on the 1st of July, shot 30% from the floor in that series. We're going to talk a little more on Kyrie in a moment, but Paul, you said that series was over after Game 1.
I did say it was over.
He was right.
I did say the Greek Freak was balling, but I mean,
do you remember what you said exactly?
I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Truthfully, I mean, I knew Greek Freak was gonna kill.
Has he said one word right yet?
Y'all want to roll the tape? I was right. Roll the tape. Roll the tape. I was
we have
right.
Tape to roll?
Oh, really?
As a team, I don't know where
Boston
goes from here because
what are you?
Whoa! So is this over?
No, listen. I think it's over. When I watched this today, if
Kyrie
doesn't have a monster game, and somebody else besides him doesn't step up,
Milwaukee,
it's just going to out-talent them. As a coaching staff, do I say, okay, do we focus our concentration on
Giannis,
because now
Bledsoe
can step up. Guys like
Chris Middleton
can step up.
George Hill and Connaughton.
And that's why the
Bucks
are dangerous. They just have more. I told you Milwaukee was going to do it.
Okay, that's
I told
fair.
you this series
we got a gift for you.
I told you this series was over.
Bucks.
We got the tape right
that's
here.
Good,
No, the
we
Bucks
got the
want you to
tape
know
right here.
there are no hard feelings. So
we got the tape.
Milwaukee Bucks sent you these.
They
say they have the best
said that that's
pretzels in
what
the
they was
league.
going to do. You don't see the tape?
Hey, man.
what I heard last night
Give
was
him
a
his
lot of
bill.
people chanting.
You didn't hear that?
Carb up.
I don't know what this is.
Maybe it's
Celtics-
the beat,
That's
so
from
be
the
quiet.
Milwaukee
Oh, you
Celtics ain't won a game since he said that.
They have a little bit of
The
salt
Bucks-
on them as well.
And also you're sharing.
Oh,
Just don't
what
even
are these? What are these called?
Salty pretzels.
Bavarian style pretzels.
I don't eat pretzel.
Okay.
Is this what they? I mean, Milwaukee is known for beer. I don't eat pretzel.
What do you think you eat with beer? You have a pretzel.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing there.
That's what you do at games.
God,
I
if
don't
we
know.
go to
I don't
Milwaukee
know.
for the
I don't
final,
Hall
know.
of
Who
Fame.
travels to Milwaukee? Who goes there? to hang
Oh,
out?
no, don't.
Oh, here you go.
Come on now.
Ah, here he goes.
One of my
boy.
favorite shows started in
I don't
Milwaukee.
hang out there.
Laverne and Shirley.
all kidding
You're gonna be
aside,
hanging out there in June, buddy.
if the bosses are
We gonna be
listening,
there.
Oh, now you on the
Paul's gonna need
bandwagon.
his own
Bandwagon.
Now
security.
you on the Milwaukee bandwagon.
Bandwagon?
Man, these
been on
guys
the
change
bandwagon.
every week, though.
No, he's been on it.
Bandwagon?
They change every week.
No, Chauncey's been on it.
Boy.
They change every week. One week they with the Celtics,
All
then
pitch.
now they with Milwaukee.
The only
I
good
can't with
news,
y'all. I
if
can't
there
with y'all.
can be, is that you're not the only person that took some heat over this, because you're not the only one that said something. Marcus Smart had his exit interview. He also spoke on it.
There's reports about Kyrie's leadership that it really killed the chemistry of his team. What can you say about that?
That's bull. I mean, now one of us on his team knows what Kyrie's been through. Probably a few amount of people in this world know what Kyrie goes through. That's just a bull statement to say his leadership killed us.
What have you learned about Kyrie this season?
Well, I learned that, this is his first time being in a sole leadership position. You got to understand, when he was with LeBron, he was second in command. Now, this is what he asked for. He wanted to get traded out of Cleveland. He was tired of being in the shadow. He got what he wanted. And it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, obviously, because he had to deal with adversity. He had to deal with all the blame. And the season didn't go according to what he wanted it to go, how he wanted it to go. He thought the Celtics was going to be on top, #1 seed, winning, everybody happy. But when they start losing, he gets all the blame. Adversity kicks in. He doesn't know how to react, but this is something he'll learn from.
Can you learn to
He'll learn
react?
from this.
Because he's not a rookie. I mean, can you learn to react so that this doesn't happen over and over again?
I guess you can, but when you're in an organization like Boston, when everything's magnified and when you do make mistakes, or you come out public and say things about your teammates, it can be blown out of proportion. Nowadays, the guys are on Instagram so much and social media, so they can kind of take things out of context. So it's not easy being a leader at all, especially, like I said, a solo leader.
Yeah, I haven't learned anything.
Really?
Nah. I've really kind of validated what I felt. I mean, Kyrie he's a great player, and if he gets hot, he's virtually impossible to stop, but he's not a leader. And
that's something you already knew.
Yes.
That's something you already thought
If you can
about.
remember, early in this season, we talked about Boston. I said, who's their leader? Kyrie hopefully will step up and be that guy, but what I would like to know is, I wonder what Kyrie learned this year about not only himself, but being in that first seat, because it's a little bit different.
Absolutely, but here's the thing. Your best player doesn't necessarily have to be your leader.
Correct.
The Boston Celtics already had a core group of tough guys that helped drive them to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So now when he joins the team, he got to fall in line. He can't be like, I took 22 shots and I should have taken 30. Like, this team wasn't built for him to be an ISO scorer. They had success without him. And when other people are making sacrifices and you're talking publicly like you're not willing to make sacrifices, you see a lot of bad body language, and that's what I saw all season from the Celtics.
I wonder if we'll ever actually hear from him, you know, because sometimes he has the tendency to sort of wax poetic, and I wonder if we'll get the honest side of that or if we won't ever. Ben Simmons, I think he's getting some pretty good advice right now. I mean, is there a better person to talk to before a must-win game?
Julius the Dr. Irving!
I mean, I could never have done that myself. Oh, and what in tarnations is going on in Laker League?